Alright, Panzer IV time. Alright, so we got AP rounds still. Now we have HE rounds, and we don't want HE rounds. Just thought I was going to have to second shot that guy. Maybe we can use it on this. Look at that crew. HE round, son. Alright. Panzer IV is my favorite tank in closed beta tests right now. I like certain elements of other tanks. You know, KV-1 is a pretty big beast. T-34 is rather mobile and has some nice sloping. But this Panzer IV F2 seems to be like the most well-rounded. So right there, my crosshair was flickering between yellow, white, and red, and green. Then I moved up a bit and got green, so I figured it was a safer shot. I'm going to switch to HE rounds. I'm going to have to fire one, because if you look in the bottom left, you'll see that ammo 1. Ooh, someone just sniped that. Okay, it was... So now I have an HE round in my gun. I switched to the armor-piercing rounds, but there's one in the breach. One's been loaded. Alright, we got a KV-1 over here. KV-1 is dead. Now, right up here, there's a nice little sniping spot. There's a couple. Each team kind of has one. I actually had a ridiculous game where I climbed a very steep hill and had a really good shooting position. You've probably seen that by now. But, alright, where are we sitting? Alright, Flak Panzer. See if we can't pop this guy. He's just below that ridge. So this spot, it's like, do I want to sit here and kind of snipe? Because this is a spawning point, and they'll continually have guys pumping out. All right, here's a nice little, you know, field of fire, but it's been made to where the elevation change right there. Like, you can see the path, and then right behind it, there's another little recessed roadway. Looks like on the map, I'm seeing a plane getting chased by another plane. Oh, that guy just fired there. There are shells coming out of that area. Explosions going off back there. Alright, so they've captured B. I need to make a move towards B. This map is, it's definitely a lot of fun. But what I've noticed happening is if one team will take the center zone, which is A, and they'll hold it, and the game will pretty much be over. And they're actually taking C as well. I have no idea what my team's doing. This could be just one of those games. But I'm going to make my way over, see if I can't, you know, help out in a way. 3 capture points is interesting. I'm really kind of shocked how they've taken C. This could be a very quick game. Or it could be that people rushed B to A and then over to C. Concentrated push. There's a Stug 3 up here, it looks like. There's a couple tanks, actually. So I'm going to be looking for engine block shots. If I can get shots at them on the side, it's generally a one hit with this massive 75mm gun, which I believe at this point in the game is the biggest one. Yeah, the Russians have a 76, but it has lower velocity. So I think this is the most potent gun in the game. Oh, missed my turn. Now, I was not in a good position, so I just pulled out. My side was showing. He should have aimed for my engine block, but gunner wounded. He aimed for my turret, is how it seems. And he's just sitting there waiting for me. But he's a Stug and he doesn't have a turret, so if we do our best to maneuver, we'll follow this T-34 in. My turret's actually jammed, so we have a problem. This is not the best side to go in. But we're gonna die. We have to accept that now. Ooh, that guy's dead. Ah. Yeah, we were pretty much boned. Once your turret's gone, it's over. if you're in a turreted tank. That's a death sentence more than anything else other than like direct kill. It just comes with the trade. So they have all 3 capture points. My team is pretty much rubbish. How we've lost C and not retaken it is beyond me. So looking around for stuff, I'm seeing nothing. Team's a bit rubbish. So this thing's very well rounded, but its armor is also just kind of average. This guy's gonna be maybe thinking about popping his head up. So we'll pivot our armor a bit. He's behind the rock, so we're gonna maneuver. The game's pretty much lost. We got a guy sniping from up top. I mean, what is happening on this team? We're not even contesting C. Like, I don't know. It makes me wonder sometimes if people actually know what to do, or if they're just still having fun experiencing tanks, which is probable. Oh, we got a KV-1 and a motorcycle in the background. Let's see. I would like an engine shot. I need to get out of there. He's gonna be aiming for me because he knows he can't do much on that KV-1. I'm gonna aim for this machine gun port. It went right through. We got a penetration. And that one just went straight in there and messed up the crew. Machine gun ports, view ports, things like that. Little things that aren't, you know, sheer armor are generally good places to hover over and see if you get that green hex, green X, to see, you know, if you have a good chance of penetrating. So we got 4 kills. We did get our death sentence from getting our turret jammed. This T-34 is going in here, so I figured maybe the best bet would be to flank up this side and try to get someone in a crossfire. And there's just tanks everywhere. Let's see. Dead flak panzer right in front of me. Here we go. Now I'm gonna aim. Oh, he pivoted. We got some damage in our transmission. At this point, I think the war's over. Oh. I don't know why I couldn't see that guy, because these stupid flowers. Oh my gosh. It's ridiculous. Well, Panzer IV is definitely my favorite tank at this point. And CBT is a lot of fun. I think what is really a key next step, and look at that, this is what I was going for, artillery support. See, in that situation, I could have definitely used it, and I'll upgrade the transmission next. But we need a second map to kind of keep things a little fresh. Karelia is a fun map, but with 3 capture points and in that layout, and that's all you're playing, after a few games, you generally get the idea of what to do. But a second map, and then slowly incorporating new tanks. It'll be fun to see what comes up in the next CBT server. But right now, it is Karelia, and it is the tanks we've been having. And of those tanks, Panzer IV, definitely my favorite at this time. It's well-rounded. Not the best armor, not the best speed, not the best mobility, but decent in all those categories. And then I think it has the best gun in the game right now. Alright, so now we're going to talk about basically which tank has the biggest gun right now. So, the Stug 3 has armor penetrations of 100, 95, and 78 millimeters at 100, 500, and 1,000 meters respectively. So the Stug 3 and the Panzer IV have the same guns. Now the next check would be to go and check out the Soviet T-34, and he's got 83, 74, and 67. So the Germans have the biggest gun right now. And I also think the fastest tank is the Panzer IV-C. Let's see. His engine power is 300 horsepower and max speed of 79 kilometers per hour. And when you look at the T70, he's got 140 horsepower at 340 or 3,400 RPM and 45 kilometers per hour max speed. So the fastest tank is definitely the Panzer IV-C right now. Flak Panzer 31 kilometers per hour, rather slow. Self-propelled anti-aircraft artillery. KV-1's got the biggest armor. Let's check it out. So he's got 75 millimeters of frontal hull armor and turret armor, and side armor also at 75, and then rear is 70 and 75. So this thing's a beast. Let's check. T-34, 45 millimeters front and side. Panzer IV, 50 millimeters on the front, 30 millimeters on the side. Definitely go for the sides of the Panzer IVs. And this thing is pretty beast, but all you gotta do is get behind it, get beside it, and this thing is done. Haven't played too much with the Panzer II. He does have a pretty good fire rate, and he's almost like a poor man's Flak Panzer, or kind of a more well-rounded Flak Panzer. It's gonna be interesting to see. It'd be fun to see Panzer IIs versus T-26s at this time, because those are the two reserve tier tanks respectively, so it'd be interesting to see how they match up and what tactics you have to use. But at this point, you know, we can't really get that matchmaking. It's everything, so most people tend to go for KV-1s, T-34s, and Stug 3s and Panzer IV F2s. Occasionally, you'll see a decent amount of Flak Panzers, and you'll see a decent amount of T-70s, but most people tend to go for the biggest tanks in the game right now, and with our limited selection, it's KV-1, T-34, Stug 3, and Panzer IV. So for those of you who haven't gotten a CBT, that's kind of what it's like right now. We have one map, a couple tanks. My favorite is this one. He's a beast, mainly because of that gun. I like the gun. I would trade a good gun over good armor, you know, and just rely on skilled maneuvering and just out shooting the enemy as opposed to taking tons of shots. But I tell you what, man, it has been a blast so far. Looking to see what the next tanks they're going to bring in and what the next map is. Anyway, my name is Baron. I thank you all for watching. Make sure to pull the trigger on that like button, and I am signing out. 20 million. All right.
You should spawn Flak right now, dude.
Flak Panzer is spawning.
Okay.
Capitan.
Baron, I need your help,
Why am I
dude.
French?
All right, Baron. Baron.
Yes.
I need your help. I got a dropper, I think. Drop it right now. Coming in hot. I'm towards your northeast right now. Look northeast right now. Look northeast, Baron.
I'm looking. I'm waiting for you to come over this hill.
You see him?
Yes. Yes.
Shoot! Start shooting now.